Hi everyone. I wanted to tell you about a really great resource that I've found, a writing resource. And it was a required text for my uni studies last semester, but I tell you what, it was the best thing to help me get through my first draft this year. And it's called The 90-Day Novel by Alan Watt from the LA Writing Lab. And I got this through Amazon. It came from the United States. It's about $54, so it's a bit expensive, but I found it well worth the money, personally. It follows the hero's journey, which I've not used before, and I found that really interesting. The only issue for me there was that my story is a dual timeline, so it didn't really follow a hero as such. So I found the structure a little bit difficult to fit my story into, but I used it loosely as a bit of a guideline, but I didn't stick to it, like gospel. So the first sort of part is about getting started, how the process works, and getting prepared. And then it follows for about a month, so 28 days. You follow a daily questioning. You think about your novel, your plan, and you do 6 questions every day. Some on your hero, some on your an antagonist. Now I swapped my antagonists, but I always had to use the same hero. And for me, I would have preferred to be able to switch and do the same questions for every single character so that I knew all the characters before I started. And that's something I'd probably do next time, is I'd take a bit longer, work on every character and all the plot, and kind of have a much more good understanding of where I was going and who I was writing before I got started. But here's day 3. So this is a sample of one of the early days. So you get advice, you get a quote at the top of the page, and you get your 6 questions down the bottom. And then in the back, there are about 200 additional questions if you want to answer more about your characters to get a bit more understanding. And then it is broken up into weeks. I'm just trying to quickly find a week to show you. So each week you'll get a page like this with tips and reminders for the week, and then you'll get on the next page, well this week, because it's an early week, there's extra reminders, and then you'll get homework for the week. All right, so that's that. And then by the time you get to day 29, so day 29 to day 90, you're writing. Now I made myself a goal of writing a minimum of 750 words a day, and I did. And I plotted it out because for me, I need to be held accountable when I'm doing something like this. So I plotted it out and I recorded it every day, how many words I wrote, and I never ever repeated a word count. My lowest was 751 words and the highest was 2,900 and something. I don't remember the exact number. But I did that from day 29 to day 90. Now, it was easier for me to do that because I'm not working full time, and I'd already done 14,500 words before I started this project, which made it a lot easier. Next time I plan to do a first draft of a novel, I will do these things differently. I will do more questioning before I get started, and I will do it on every single character so I can understand every character before I begin. The other thing I will do is that I will allow more time. So instead of just 4 or 5 weeks, I think it ended up 5 weeks to write the draft, because I won't have started, because I'll be starting from scratch the next time. I will probably allow myself a lot longer, maybe 4 or 5 months, to write the draft completely. But I like the process, I like the questioning, and I like the structure. Just a couple of little things didn't work well for me this time round, but it might next time. So yeah, I highly recommend it. If you are struggling with writing a first draft, go out and get this book. It is available at Dymocks as well, but it was more expensive than through Amazon. But just have a look for it. Definitely recommend it, and happy writing. Good luck with your first draft.